reconvene at a later time.
Perfect. Yeah, that works. Yep. That will. Where will you be? I don't know where you want to meet.
Probably the sandbar.
Yeah.
Think simple.
Have you secured lodging for the night?
You'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, we don't know.
You don't know technically that has been taken care of. But
Sorry, what was the plan? I missed it.
So the plan is that Erdan was going to go down to the docks and talk to this Udu McDougal. Yeah. The dockmaster about procuring a boat for you guys to take to the island out in the.
Which is going to be the crazy. I've seen him. He's over there.
I shall find you at the docks, Brother Erdan.
Alright, perfect.
Alright, so it sounds like Kurtanis and Shango are going to catch up with Noxus and Fike to see if rooms have been procured?
I was going to go to find a quiet spot a little bit outside of time by the lake to meditate.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go do that. I would imagine Kurtanis is going with you.
Yep.
Unless you tell her not to. Sayao, are you going with Erdan to the sandbar?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
You're going with Erdan? Okay. So Erdan and Sayao, you guys make your way down the street to the docks. The docks has not overly large ships. A lot of them very much look like that, like sort of ancient Greek style, single sail with the row, with the oars that come out, but all also set up for there's not net fishing, but it appears they do trap fishing. So each ship is set up for people to go diving after the fishing traps. So you can see there's like diving gear on each of the ships. And as you come down, there's oddly enough just like no activity down at the docks, except for one older human who has a stool pulled up to a barrel, and he has like a napkin laid out on the barrel, and you see there's like a wedge of cheese, an apple, and like a tankard of some sort of liquid, and a large piece of bread. And he's licking his lips and tucking a napkin into his shirt as you guys walk up.
Hello, sir.
As he's literally got the apples like right with his mouth open, like about to bite into it, he hears you and says,
It's a halfling word for that.
Come on, eat a lunch in peace.
I could come back. I'm sorry.
Jesus, no, well, you've already interrupted me now. What is it you want, boy?
I'd like to rent a boat to make it to the middle of the lake.
I'm sorry. You just came up on me. I must be hearing things. It sounded like you said you wanted to rent a boat to go to the island in the middle of the lake.
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Are you an insane person?
I'll get back to you on that.
Well, that's the only explanation I could come up with for someone who wants to go visit the island in the center of this lake.
I need to figure out the problem out there. And that's about the only lead I have.
Boyo, there's nothing but problems out there.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
I don't think you understand how this works here. Okay, there's people go to that island and they don't never get seen again.
Well, that's a risk I'm gonna have to take.
He turns and looks at you, Sayao. Like, are you really like support? Like, you're with this guy? Like, whose plan it is to go do stupid shit?
Listen, mate.
I mean, in all fairness, we've kind of been doing stupid shit like this.
Well, he doesn't say that. This is like the look he gives you. Like, are you really with this guy?
Listen, mate.
Hold on, Erdan.
In that case, he'll totally just shrug and be like, eh.
And he turns back to you, Erdan.
Listen, mate. People are not getting their food. The trade routes, they're not happening. The lake seems dry, but it isn't.
Well, I mean, it is awkward, I'll admit, and you're right, the lake isn't dry. The fish are just not biting, and no one's going to be going hungry or anything. It's not like Whitestone hasn't had to make it through a dry year before without any fish from Drinna. It's an inconvenience, aye, but it's more of it hurts Drinna more than it does them.
Exactly, and don't you want us to help you?
Well, of course
Okay.
I do, but I also don't want to get in trouble for renting boats to people that want to go to the island.
Why would you get in trouble?
Because I feel like we're going the circles here. Because people go to the island and they don't come back.
What does that have to do with you getting in trouble, though? Why would you get in trouble? Us making a decision, paying you to get a boat to go to the island.
Let me ask you this. If you were a parent and you left your child with someone to look after them, and when you came to pick up their child, there was a stab wound in their chest. And when you asked the person that you left them with about it, they said, well, it's not my fault. I just gave them a dagger to run around with. They're the one that tripped and fell on the dagger, resulting in the stab wound. You see what I'm trying to say here?
What's that in your hand? A knife! No!
Listen, mate. I just want to fix the problem.
And that's admirable.
Can
I
I buy a boat or not?
Wait, buy a boat?
Rent a boat? Let's not get crazy here.
Well, there's a difference between renting and buying a boat, and you use
Yes, I
a
understand.
very specific
There's
word.
a misspoken word.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage.
With advantage. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ah.
11. He says, look, I appreciate that you're trying to help out the city here. And that's admirable. It really is. And I'll tell you what I can do. I can rent you a boat, but you've got to promise me that you're not going to go to the island. I'll rent you a boat, you can investigate the traps, you can go and look at other potential things that might be causing this, but just promise me you won't go to the island.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's good.
Can't you do us a little favor? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go to the island.
I'm sorry, lad. It just doesn't seem to me like, do you have some sort of special qualifications that will allow you to survive? Like, I don't want to just...
I mean, other than being a trained fighter
Well, I
and
don't
being
know that
able to
you're a
sail the
trained
ship on
fighter.
my own.
I don't know who you are, so I wouldn't know what kind of skills you may have or not have.
I understand. That's what I'm telling you.
Well,
Show him the magic! Show him the magic!
In that case, yeah, I guess I'll have to do that.
you gonna show him some magic? What are you gonna do?
Show him some magic.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk. Does he have like a barrel or something? That's like.
There's a barrel that has lunch.
That's about it.
Well, there's a bunch of other barrels too, but that's the closest one to you. The dock is full of like crates and barrels and stuff.
I'm just gonna be like, all right, here's a little example, and I'm gonna go over to his barrel that just a random barrel. I'm sure metal's on it, right, to keep it.
Well, they have the bands around them, yeah.
And I'm gonna just shocking grasp it.
Okay. So you reach out and touch the metal band part of the barrel and cast Shocking Grasp. And it like some arcs of electricity jump from your hand into the barrel, and he kind of looks at you Make a performance check, I guess. You gonna throw his apple in the air and cut it in half, Sayao? 15. So a fairly large arc of electricity cuts across the band. And he looks at you and he says, "All right. Well, that's. I'm not gonna lie. That's fairly impressive, actually. I'll tell you what. I'll rent you the boat, but I'm gonna have to charge you extra because if you don't come back, then I'm either gonna have to hire some idiot to go and fetch it, or I'm just gonna never see the boat again.
All right,
Because I
that's
won't be
fair
able to
enough.
get somebody to go pick it up from that God's forsaken island.
That's understandable.
So I can rent you the boat. When do you want the boat?
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right. I'll rent you the boat for the day for 100 gold pieces.
All right, that'll have to do considering the conversation.
All right. I'll get it prepared. Now, would you please leave me to enjoy?
Of course. Have a good day. Enjoy your lunch.
All right. And he sits down. He tucks his napkin back into his shirt, and he grabs the apple that is sitting in two evenly cut halves on the top of the barrel. As Sayao walks away, sheathing his battle axe. We cut back over to the sandbar where Cortanus and Shango come strolling inside to see Father Fike grabbing.
I know he wanted to go meditate, right?
I'm sorry. That's right. You were going
Meditating.
to meditate. So you find your way just outside of this town, not like too far, but there's a nice little bank area on the shores of the lake. Not that far walk under the shade of a couple trees. And you sit and begin to meditate. Is there something specific you are meditating on?
The responsible use of power as a concept, so to say.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll also talk a little bit with Kotanos. The being in charge and power does not come without responsibilities. And Renston does not seem to be upholding his tasks recently. May it be for whatever reason.
Perhaps not. I can somewhat understand if 'tis truly a family issue, but there aren't other families in Whitestone, I suppose.
He should be leader enough to forego his leadership temporarily to have his assistant and second in command take over.
But he did not. Doth thou wish to change that, my lord, somehow?
It would please me. I'm not sure where the boundaries of my own power are, though.
Simply know that I shall do whatever thou asketh of me, of course. I canst not say whether what thou wish to do would cause more of a problem than an aid, but 'tis not my place to say.
And I thank you for your support. And it is what we should determine what our best course of action is.
Doth thou believeth in this moon mistress causing this?
It is not to be cast aside immediately.
In which degree? Stranger things hath happened. And she just kind of like sits back. She's been off to the side a little bit with the whetstone on the blades and looking out at the lake.
We've seen the deities interfere in our mortal life. Why
They
not
did
this?
walk among us once.
Indeed. Why not this moon mistress has come back and made it her task to dry the lake?
If 'tis so, then what we wouldst do would be to discern wherefore such an avatar, such power wouldst cause more problems than simple mischief, if that 'tis their trait.
Agreed.
Either way, if this island is the issue, at least what they believeth to be the issue, then answers perhaps canst be found there first, if not the solution.
That shall be our path.
Very well.
All right. As you all reconvene at the end of the day, at the sandbar, Fike, how heavily did you drink?
Decently.
Decently? Okay. You all reconvene there. We're gonna end the session there for tonight.
I wanted to drop a bomb.
Uh-oh.
Boom!
Well, save it for
Save?
next week.
Yeah, I kind of
Um,
wanted to. I kind of wanted to drop them on Father Flake as well. So
Well, we'll
Damn.
save that for next week.
There's gonna be nuclear
Um,
winter next week.
Yeah. We'll save that for next week. The guys got a lot of new information to think about. So, believe it or not, strangely, and I wasn't trying to do this, but all of you got the exact same amount of experience tonight.
Woo!
You all
Thank you.
got 8 experience points.
Ah,
Right.
damn! Level up.
Ooh, good team.
Level up.
Oh, we have a Fike level up.
Shango level up.
A Fike level up means people we got to put a
Oh
vote
shit!
out. Has Fike been acting roguey or paladin-y?
Rogue.
Bro,
Second
he
that.
lied.
Almost shanking a
Rogue-y.
goblin. Lying to people.
I really think I shanked that goblin. I
You
really
didn't, but you're gonna.
Like, so you're taking another. So you're taking your 3rd level in rogue, I believe. I
Yep.
believe this is. So what archetype
Ooh.
are we going to go with for the rogue?
I hate that we're gonna do it in this town. I really wanted to go swashbuckler.
You're going swashbuckler.
I really didn't want to go swashbuckler. Yeah.
You really don't want to go swashbuckler.
No, I do.
Oh.
I just didn't want to do it in this fucking town.
Why?
Because it's like, oh, now I'm a pirate. It's
Not a pirate,
you're
you're
not
a
a
musketeer.
Just be. Yeah, very musketeer-esque,
my name
in my
is
opinion.
D'Artagnan.
Exactly. You kidding me? We got to get you a rapier.
Yeah, but
We're
you're
gonna get you a cloak of billowing.
Yeah, but Bill,
Best
good
side
news
I've
for
ever-
you is that you no longer have to tell me when I have a sneak attack.
because he
Oh,
always
yeah? Why
has
is
sneak attack.
'Cause
Almost.
when you're a swashbuckler, you almost always have sneak attack.
Yep.
Pretty much always, yeah.
Almost always.
Almost always. I think as
Pretty
long as
much
it's not.
always.
I think it's as long as it's
I'm
not
actually not
disadvantage.
super familiar with the swashbuckler, so I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm gonna be looking at it.
It's
but
awesome.
Pretty
Um,
good, actually. It's really, really
Yep.
good. It's an
Yeah,
amazing archetype.
I remember looking at it briefly, but I didn't really get a great.
There's like
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
there's like a super, super broken like thing that you can do with it. Like you go 5 levels in fighter, you get your extra attack, and then you just take the rest in swashbuckler, and you're like super beefy, unstoppable.
You can do it with Ranger too.
Swashbuckler. So at 3rd level, you get fancy footwork. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you learn how to land a strike and then slip away without reprisal. During your turn, if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn. And then you also get Rakish Audacity. Starting at 3rd level, your confidence propels you into battle. You can give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your charisma modifier. You also gain an additional way to use your sneak attack. You don't need advantage on the attack roll to use your sneak attack against a creature if you are within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have the disadvantage on the attack roll. All the other rules for sneak. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So
Yeah,
very
basically
hard for you to
dueling.
not get sneak attack.
Like I said, I just want to do it good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to meme it up and be the paladin with assassin. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, assassinate divine smite and just fucking do an absurd amount of damage.
Yeah. This
That's
is
no
pretty.
fun.
pretty
That's no
cool.
fun for anybody else.
It's pretty cool though. I like this build. All right. So Cortanus, I heard you're leveled up.
Yep.
Shango leveled up.
Yep.
Fike leveled up. Anybody else?
I'm 3 away from leveling up.
Oh, I gotta roll a d8, right?
Hey, Shango with max
Nice.
health.
Let's go.
So yeah, it'll be a D8 for the rogue hit dice. Fike. And then Cortanus, did you roll your hit dice? Reroll ones.
Yep.
Reroll ones.
Plus 7. Get a 48.
3 ones.
Oh boy.
There you go.
Oh, I was hoping for a 3-peat.
That would be amazing.
So 7 for Fike and 9 for Cortanus. What else do you get? You get
I get an
ability score
ASI.
improvement or a feat.
Yup.
Do we know which you're leaning? What are we doing?
I think.
I have an idea.
I was looking at the feats, seeing if there's anything else, but I think I'm just gonna bump to 20 decks. I think I'm gonna do that
Okay.
finally.
Yeah, say you need 25 to get to the next level.
Yep.
And Shango, 6th level sorcerer.
Correct.
Or wait, are you? No, not yet. Right?
Oh, stay out. You leveled up?
Woo!
Hey. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I love that we both went there.
Alright. It was also Yahwatashi Wakataze.
So you get a new spell.
Yep. And I have no idea what I
Django.
want to take. I have a long
3rd
list of
level.
ideas. Yeah, I have no long list of ideas, but I don't know what to take.
Do you have lightning bolt? Oh, I know you have lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Actually, you used it in the last
No.
fight a couple times.
I've actually only used it once so far, but I do have it.
And then that takes Sayao to 6th level.
Mm-hmm. You rolled
So
a
he
10.
gets the same thing. He rolled a 10 for his hit points. And then
Nice.
Sayao, are you going ability score improvement or feat?
I'm gonna take a
Sorry?
You said a feat.
Oh, feat. Did you have one in mind?
Mage Slayer.
Mage Slayer.
Nice.
Interesting.
I'm getting nervous.
Very interesting.
You don't have to worry
figured-
about being nervous.
Yeah.
Like, you're taken care of. It's everyone else that might be a problem.
Mage. Mage Slayer is.
I definitely
really-
thought Cortanus was gonna take that Battle Master feat, whatever the hell that's called.
Oh, where you get to pick a couple. Like I think you get
You
one
get some maneuvers.
maneuver.
That might be
Yeah, I
next. That might be
Do
next.
you get one maneuver, or do you get?
I think it's like
the
one or
battle
two
master?
at the
What's it
most.
called
Yeah.
again? I don't even remember what the name of the feat is.
Martial adept.
Martial adept. That's what it's called. Martial adept. You learn 2 maneuvers of your choice from among those available to the battle master archetype in your fighter class. If a maneuver you use requires your target to make a saving throw to resist the maneuver's effects, the saving throw equals 8 plus your proficiency or your strength or dex. You gain 1 superiority die, which is a d6. This die is added to any superiority dice you already have, and that's used to fuel your maneuvers.
Battle Master is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was my first character ever. A half elf battle master fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
I want to get to 20 decks first, and then lean towards that maybe.
Well, you got another one coming in 2 levels. So.
Exactly.
Good
When
old fighting.
good old Mage Slayer, though. When a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. When you damage a creature that is concentrating on a spell, that creature has disadvantage on the saving throw it makes to maintain concentration, and you have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of you. Because you're harrowing them. Mage Slayer.
I figured